Oh, hello. My name is Samson O'Malley, and I'll be making this presentation on financial statement analysis. Financial statements record important financial data on every aspect of a business activity within the company. And external stakeholders like lenders and investors are interested in the well-being of a company. The way they get to have that answer is if they can analyze the financial statements. So financial statement analysis is the process in which companies are evaluated to determine their well-being. The objective of this course, therefore, is to help participants to understand the various components of financial statement and their usefulness. Also, they'll be equipped with the skills to analyze company financial statements using ratios and also ability to interpret the results of their analysis. The contents of the course is as stated. A typical financial statement will have three component parts. The income statement that records the activities of the revenue generated and the costs associated with it before you get the net profit. The balance sheet records the wealth, the financial worth of the company. It tells us the assets and liabilities and the stake and the shareholders holding. And the cash flow statements gives the vibrancy or the instability of a company, recording all activities, operational activities, financing activities, and investment activities. So to see how each of these segments perform or look like, we want to analyze them one by one. We will start from the income statement. There are various metrics we can use to analyze the income statement. But in this class, we're going to be using the gross profit margin. The gross profit margin is given by the revenue minus cost of goods sold divided by the revenue, multiplied by 100. That will give us a coverage ratio, a gross margin ratio. For example, if a company has 100,000 pounds in revenue and a cost of goods sold of 60,000 pounds, if we take the 60,000 pounds from the revenue, we're going to have 40,000 pounds as the gross profit. And if we divide that by the revenue of 100,000 pounds, multiplied by 100, we're going to have 40%. What this means is that this business has the capacity to retain 40% of its revenue after paying for the cost of the goods sold. The balance sheet is also a place we can look at. And the things we can look at, we look at the asset turnover, the quick ratio, receivable turnover, days to sales, debt to assets. But in this particular analysis, we're going to be using the quick ratio. And the quick ratio is given by the formula of quick assets, which means assets that can easily be converted to cash, divided by liabilities that are current. And we have a ratio. Here, we want to use the example of a company that has quick assets of 160,000 pounds, but has a current liability of 137,500 pounds. Now, if you divide this, we're going to have 1.2 as a quick ratio. Investors and other stakeholders will want to see that this ratio is equal or greater than 1. In this case, this company will pass that test because we have 1.2 ratio here. And the last part of the statement we want to analyze is the cash flow statement. And it has various ratio metrics we can use. Here, we're going to be using the cash flow coverage ratio. And the formula is given by the net cash flow from operations divided by the total debt a company will have. Now, if, for example, a real estate company wants to take money, get mortgage loan from a mortgage bank. And this particular real estate company has £2 million annually as operating income and has a servicing debt of £300,000 annually. The mortgage bank will be interested because when we divide the income by the debt, we find that the cash flow coverage ratio is 6.67, which means that the debt is covered over 6 times. In this case, 6.7%. Now, so this course shows that financial statement analysis is important because they help us to make informed economic decisions. They also help us to perform evaluation of the company to see the health, and we can also compare with each peers within the same industry. It's also good for risk management purposes for us to allocate various resources, and also it gives us investment confidence. And of course, there are some regulatory compliance requirements that can be met by analyzing the financial statement. Thank you.